Hey, this is Zach from Dexter's Best. You know us in Connecticut from our American-made safes and our safe deliveries and installations, but we are Traeger grill and smoker dealers, have been for the last couple of years. We own these things, we use these things, we love these things. So behind me are two brand new models from Traeger. We have the Ironwood XL and the Ironwood. Same grill, two different sizes. We have been excited about these since we found out that they were coming out. So as somebody who's had a Traeger grill for a long time, I've had a Pro 34 and a Timberline 1300, I wanted to go through the differences that are meaningful to me. So these guys are both grills and smokers. You can crank them up high, grill your hot dogs and your dogs, and do all that, but also where they shine is giving that wood flavor to anything that you cook. You can do your steaks, but then you get to do your briskets and your roasts and your pulled pork and all those delicious things. So Traeger is all about minimizing user error. These things are built to be bulletproof, perfect cooks all the time, just taking a lot of that extra work where things can get goofed up out of your hands. So over here, if we go to our Ironwood, this has two grates. They're 12 inches wide. They're of course deeper than that. This one has 3 over here. Fully insulated hood here, so it's gonna hold temperature really well. When we're in New England, we like to grill all year long. So that's awesome there. We work our way down and we find our first really new feature that is just phenomenal. So I work long hours, days get short, I'm cooking at night, I got a bunch of light around the grill to see what I'm doing. But now when you take and open up your grill, you're gonna take and have those lights kick on. Boom, now you can see what you're doing. You're not gonna lose those hot dogs and burgers in the back. So that's awesome there. Super excited. It's a little thing, but man, is it a big thing. I've lost hot dogs and burgers and bacon at the back. That's an anecdote. So the new shelving system in these, you have this backsplash that helps keep wind from taking and sweeping out all that heat when you open the thing up. You've got a lot of adjustability, so that's great there. And as we work down, we hit the next new big difference. So the drip tray has a totally different design. It all kind of funnels through to this one spot. And if you've had a Traeger before, you know that all your drippings go into a drip can, but every 20 hours or so of cooking, you pull out the grates and you vacuum up all that ash and dust that's in there. So no more. Everything takes and funnels down, and you have this keg down here, ash and grease keg. All the ash goes into here, all the grease goes into here. You go, dump it out, put a new liner in, click it back up in. That's it, you're done. So literally 2 days ago, I'm cooking a brisket. I know that thing's gonna cook for 16 hours or so. I take apart the grill, take out my grates, vacuum all down inside, make sure I got a nice, good, clean grilling environment. And it's not bad to do, but gosh, it is a little bit of a hindrance. So all of a sudden, that ash and grease keg, what a huge difference. So excited to see that. So no more grease liners, everything just goes down into there. Now, as we reach over to the controller, I have a Timberline 1300. It was the top of the line a couple years ago, but it has a single, display. It's simplistic. It works awesome. But on this one, you have a full color display. You have tips and tricks, your information about seasoning and cooking and convection and smoke. You have all this good guide work on here, and you have all these different accessories, Bluetooth pairing for different stuff, which I'll go into. But you have this display that really shows you everything very brightly and clearly, so you're not trying to kind of look and read those small numbers anymore. It's all right up here. Now, we work our way down. As somebody who's had a smoker and uses the temp probe a ton, on my Timberline 1300, I have one temp probe. So if I'm taking and cooking that brisket, I put that wired temperature probe in, and I'm keeping an eye on the internal temperature of that meat, waiting for that cut in particular to get up to like my 205 degrees. But on this, you have 2 wired temp probes, so you can be doing a pulled pork and a brisket or whatever mix, but then you can take and pair 2 more wireless meter probes. So Meter, which is now a Traeger company, you can take and stick those things in your steak. You can be cooking a whole variety of different things, and if you want that level of control and connection to what you're cooking, you can take and watch all those temperatures to make sure everything is getting perfect every single time. You can be setting your alarms on those probes so your phone goes off when that cut of meat hits that temperature. It's awesome, and having that connection to your phone, I'm cooking my brisket, I check in the middle of the night, yep, I just roll over and check my phone. I can see what temperature the brisket is, I can see what level my pellets are at, I can see the temperature of the grill, you can keep an eye on all those things, but now you can just do it more with this new controller. Around the outside, you have this new accessory rail system. So this is awesome. Historically, you've had front folding shelves and those types of accessories, but they only went in one place. Now you can get big shelves, small shelves, you can get tool holders, beer holders, paper towel and butcher paper dispensers, all those things, and you can position them wherever you need them. Whatever works for you, whatever works with the space where you're putting the grill, you get that customization. So all of a sudden, if you're cooking something different or you move it to a different spot on the deck, not a big deal. You move that around to where you need it. That's awesome. Went through the lights, the controller, the temperature. The hopper is 22 pounds, so you get a 20-pound bag of pellets. You still have some pellets left in the bottom of it. It'll take that whole bag and fill it up, no partial bags. It's a lit hopper, so when you look in, you can see exactly what you have for pellets down in there. No shining a flashlight if it's dark. When you get down here, this is all specifically built to hold your stay dry containers. So you can take and put a stay dry container underneath, pull this, release all your pellets into it if you want to change it up from your apple to your hickory or whatever, and just switch it around, pour it in, and you get this whole kind of configurability and nice storage. This shelf is new and it's built to fit around the pellet containers and switching out pellets and all those fun things to do as you do your cook. The last real big meaningful difference for me, and I'm sure I missed a few, but the way that this works, you have your burn pot, and the auger always fed those pellets directly into the burn pot. Now what they do is they feed in, they drop the pellets down a chute into a burn pot that has actually all different holes cut in to allow in more fan and all that type of stuff, and blow your ash out and all that, but you're eliminating the potential for burn back into the auger. So an under-maintained grill, you can take and have some flare-ups and stuff like that as that goes back, but they've eliminated that. This whole offset setup just means that if you were ever worried about that before, you don't have to worry about it now. So that's awesome. That whole simplicity is just a little bit of movement of things to make a huge difference in the design. So very cool there. I think that's it. As always, these things, when you take and open up the cover, it's going to take and feed in more pellets and blow more heat up to help counteract that temperature loss. It's just all about minimizing user error, making a perfect cook. These things are so easy to use. I cooked one of the best briskets that I've ever had in my life, and I did it by opening the grill twice. Once halfway through to wrap it in butcher paper, and once at the end. It's just so good. $17.99, $19.99, killer price points on a killer product with all sorts of support. And we're your source. Dexter is best in Putnam, Norwich, Windsor Locks, and Bethel, Connecticut. Come see us. We're excited about it. Thanks.